back to part 2 of the drawing we were doing in part 1. So let me open up the drawing. I had to save it. So this is basically what we got up to. You can see it's already coming out reasonably well. And we'll just continue with this chalk brush that I have set. I select this chalk brush 7.3, don't have to be exact spot on, but 60 and 60, yeah. So that's the setting I have, and 7. So for the face, I zoomed in to do this. So I used the chalk brush, and I initially did an outline. So if you're just joining on this class and you haven't seen part 1, I did initially I did an outline with one brush using outline of this reference image with one brush, and made this in about 20 minutes, the line drawing. And then now I'm actually now going over and coloring it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to color it. And then to do that, we have a lot of tools within our control here. The zoom, rotate, which just makes it very comfortable to do, yeah. So we can follow our natural drawing strokes, yeah. So let's pick. So the way I do this is I pick the color tone, and then I simply just pick the color from. But remember, I have to have this in just above midpoint. If I don't, I will be picking colors. If I have them below here on this half, I'll be picking colors from our drawing canvas. But we're primarily interested in getting all the colors from the reference image, yeah? So I hope you're following along with me on this fun drawing. Okay. So I'm sure my daughter, who's a big fan of the chalk brush, is gonna let me know what I went wrong or what I could have done better, right? So it's quite dark, obviously, under the chin, right? You know that. That's his beard, I would imagine. So for this beard, I'm going to make it a little bit like a beard, right? Which doesn't follow any specific direction. But notice I'm following. So this is part of good drawing, is to follow the line. The line is a good indicator of how you should follow your drawing strokes. See what I'm doing here in this area? I'm just following along that line, not working against it. Okay, that's all I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just working around. Okay. Let's see that it's got that. And then the color picker will automatically pick the colors. So it's pick the colors, the right color. It's not, that's what the color picker does, picks the right colors for the drawing. So we're gonna do this and zoom out and see what that looks like, right? See the red, it's picked up the red automatically. And that's all we're doing, it just. What the... We're going to see what this looks like. See if we did a good job. Yeah, it's coming along. Well, we have not... Shouldn't be too quick to judge, so let's just keep working. I hope you're following along with me. And as a guidance, you can see when you're at that about that midpoint, you are basically watching, looking at your drawing and the reference image. So make sure the color picker you pick lands on a darker tone. You see, that's what I tend to do. Pick that dark tone, right? Just do that. And then just go over it lightly. You don't have to work too much at it, right? Just go over it lightly, right? So I'm picking the dark tone here where I want to color, not on the lines. I'm using the lines as a guide. I can see this. You see, that's a light tone, so I'm avoiding that, but I will go over it because I don't want a completely white tone, and you'll see that when you come to examine the drawing more. So just see that dark color, so I'll spend a bit more time making that dark, okay? That's why the density settings are there, to go over it 3 times until you achieve the tone that you're looking for, okay? Okay, do that here. Just follow. Okay, there. That's all you have to do. It's a strange little brush, but you know, my daughter likes it, so I'm gonna have to see what the drawing. It's ultimately the brush will depend on how the drawing comes out, right? And then just because it hasn't come out nicely for this drawing doesn't mean it's not good brush. It's just definitely a good brush, but it can be used in certain applications, right? So don't dismiss anything too quick, like majority of people do so. You know, they're just so quick to judge. That's the world we live in, is people are just way too quick. That's picking up all the lovely colors of his suit. Okay, and then once we look at it, we can say, aha, it needs a little bit more work on that. That's the part of the drawing process. So say, aha, it needs a little bit more work around there or somewhere there. And then use your eye to improve that drawing. That's what I did with the photorealistic drawing of the bird yesterday. And then I looked closely and I knew what needed to be done. Remember, you don't know what needs to be done if you don't have these core skills already, right? So if you judge something too quickly, you're judging it on the basis that you have no knowledge. And that can be really a sad thing to adopt in your life, because you're making judgments without trying. And unfortunately, a lot of people are like that. That's the social media encourages that kind of thinking, which is a bit sad. And that's why Twitter exists, because people can get away with saying a few words as opposed to a long sentence. You know, sometimes you need to go deeper than what meets the eye to really appreciate something. You need to give yourself time, because otherwise you'll find that you may find the world goes fast all around you, but if you adopt a fast, you'll find that you don't have any particular core skill set that you can fall back on. You're simply just following and shaping yourself around this fast world, not really, not trying to be yourself. Yourself is independent of the world that travels around you, and you have the ability to change it. Everyone has that ability. Okay, let's see how far we got. That's not bad. There's the dark elements going on here and seeing his. Well, we just carry on, isn't it? No big deal. Let's carry on. I mean, it's quite fun, isn't it? So far, let's look what is there. Let's, have a look now and then what the actual image. Look, it's dark areas here you can see. All right? And dark areas here. Go for the darker shades here, you can see. Just go over that. Okay, and I'm going to show you something at the end that really will enhance the look of the image, but not right now. Right now we're just doing a little, like, it's almost like, what, paint by numbers? Yeah, isn't it? It's very much like paint by numbers, isn't it? Except that we can control how much area we need to color, right? I'm not venturing too far out because I'm just focusing on the little, controlling my space. Alright, so I can get the colors, the different colors in there. You can see it's dark here, and then dark there. So this is just like paint by numbers. It's almost got like the Iron Man, isn't it? Got that big circular patch here in the middle. It's almost like Iron Man, Thor. Most of the characters are generally similar in there. It took Stan Lee like 50 years or so before it became a household name, isn't it? But he's been producing comics most part of his life. And Superman came about. I think the early DC Comics and Marvel heroes were Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. I'm not, don't follow Marvel that much, but I know of quite a few people that are heavily into it. They'll never miss a Marvel movie when it does come out. There's that beautiful red. Let's just capture that red here. You can see where I'm just going with this. Very easy. Just using the line as a means of containing the colors, yeah? Just like painting by numbers. And it's exactly like painting with traditional. Have you seen anything different? the same wonderful feeling of painting with pencil and paper, nothing different. And if you're a traditional artist and you're waiting on the sideline thinking the digital art medium is somehow alien to you, I doubt when you look at this that you'll consider it alien the way I'm drawing now. Look how quickly we're going down, really great. Let's see where we are. Look at that, it's coming out nicely. Just keep doing it and in no time you'll have created a nice piece of art they can show off to your friends. And then some of them obviously are going to say, oh, you traced it, oh, you traced it. And I said, well, how else do you think I'm going to learn my skills? This will allow me to improve my skills multiple times faster than you, and then challenge them. You know, I could guarantee that if you keep doing this in this trace mode, it's going to take your skills up by a few notches, and you'll be able to make freehand drawing with ease, if that's what they're looking for, you know, as a measure of your skills. And I do photorealistic drawings freehand all the time. Well, not all the time, but I can do it when I want to. And because I've become acutely more sensitive to the tones, which is fundamental for creating good art, you know that. You go to any art site, they talk about learning to draw, they will always mention tones. And block coloring is all about tones. The way I'm doing right now, it's about tones. I'm picking out the tones, except now I have a powerful color picker to pick out these tones. I could use the word tones again and again, but I won't. It's a bit boring for you guys. Look at that red color. We've got to pick that, the orange color, right? Orange. See, I'm following the direction. That's what you should do. Follow the direction. But remember, give yourself time to learn. Don't give yourself time to learn. Don't be quick to judge or be hard on yourself. Most people, it's unbelievable that when I asked some of close family members why haven't they gone into art, they show a piece of drawing they did 30 years ago that they try it. So that's all I can do. Really? You've never decided to take it any further? And their answer would be, no, I can't do anything else. Well, obviously, because you haven't practiced. But sadly, a lot of people think like that, and that's the reason they don't draw. Because they've convinced themselves it's not their fault. They weren't born without the talent. And it's so sad. Sad also that many of us, unfortunately, don't give up this wonderful medium of painting and drawing only because they've convinced themselves they don't have any talent. We started here and then I came back to it. Can you see how quickly we did that? Let's have a look at you now. Very good. We are really getting there. Almost there. So I'm going to do what my developer has told me. I'm going to save. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to my paintings and then pick up and resume the drawing from there. So you can see on this part, right? Take a look at this part. How do you think I'm going to do the strokes? This section, I'm going to just show you. In this particular section here, this rib here, what I'm going to do is I can see tones going on and some light tones, but I'm not too worried about that because I've got a 60% density, meaning I can go over it, you know, again and then increase the tone. Okay, so this is working to good effect to bring out the lighter tones that also exist in the original drawing. Okay, just keep that in mind. Right, if I go over it again, right, especially the areas that I want to be dark, you'll see what I mean. And you'll see I've produced a light and dark tone. Look, see, dark, light and dark tone. See that? That's the beauty of drawing with that density settings. Okay, let's do that again on this part. So that gives it more shape, volume, depth, anything you like to think of, and then brings out the whole nice, brings out the beauty of the whole drawing, the whole. I can see where my daughter seems to like this. See, now I can see here there's some dark patches and I'm following instinctively along that. So this is not something I was born with to learn this. It's just that I'm more acutely aware than most people because I pay attention to this. I'm not like the ones who can't find the brushes or tools they were used to, and then they dismiss the whole app, and then only to regret it later on, right? See that? So I'm going to capture the same thing, the dark, and you'll see here, see how I've captured light, taking advantage of this brush. I think my daughter's going to be pleased with the fact that I'm going lightly over this area, just like a paintbrush or a pencil. Yeah, with an HB pencil that you shade, right? Increase the same thing. Yeah, okay. Keep going like that. It's so relaxing to doing this. There's actually, you'll find that in the tutorial section of the Paintology, there are a bunch of tutorials, over 800 free tutorials that teach you some of the techniques, the art techniques, to not just teach you, but develop those all essential techniques that I'm showing you now. Because when you learn enough techniques, you can go on and make your own unique techniques. It's the reason why the YouTubers you like, you enjoy watching them draw, is because they've developed their techniques. They got a brush and they've only got a brush and a canvas and paint, just like everyone else has. But what makes them unique is these techniques they develop. And this is what makes for good drawing. I was thinking to myself, I'm going to try and draw that marble. And I'll show you actually. Maybe if I have time at the end how I do that. That marble logo that I picked up. So very unusual strokes here. So we're just going over that really quickly. Look at that light tone, beautiful light tone. So try and capture that. So this is a really good way of, I'm glad I did the other way would be not to do that line drawing, which most of my drawing consists of. this one seemed to work quite nicely. How much time have we got left? Yeah, we've got a good... I think we'll finish this in no time. It's not a problem. Alright, I know some of you have a different language and you may not understand what I'm talking about, but but it'd be really helpful if you provide feedback as to what's going on, what the reason you're watching this, why you're watching it, and if it's of interest to you. Because I don't really get any feedback other than a thumbs up and just quite, which is okay. It's nice to boost my ego, all the compliments, but I would much prefer if you could tell me if it's useful to you and if you want to use it or you just simply like to watch other people paint and draw, or if you really want to get into drawing or you're afraid, anything, so I can help you with that, because I'm very good with my responses, quite comprehensive, and it's like free consultation. I can help you with, take advantage of it. It's a pretty interesting chalk brush. I'm getting used to it. I'm getting to like it a little bit. Let's see what my daughter thinks after this. She should be here soon. Okay, see how I'm following this? I'm sort of seeing these colors. Just keep doing this. If you don't want to follow the actual underlying tones, just pick the colors. Most of the work is done for you. Just pick the colors. Can you imagine? Traditional artists has to mix these colors to get the exact tones, and here we are. We're just simply color picker, and we're picking these tones like no one's business. It's just simply picking these tones. You don't have to mix colors. You don't have to know color theory. That's old fashioned, in my opinion. I mean, is my deep knowledge of color theory affecting the way I draw? No, I'm just as pretty good than most other digital artists when they draw, isn't it? Or traditional artists, for that matter. It's got that lovely red tone though on the cape, isn't it? That's the cape. That's the word I was looking for. The cape. So let's keep doing this, and then we'll do the cape and have another good look at the whole drawing and see if we've managed to capture the beauty of this. Let's save this. Something happened. Almost like a glitch or some kind. Let's see how it looks. It's looking pretty decent, isn't it? You can see the strokes, but once we've completed that, we can keep improving on it and make it, and we've got plenty of time for that. We've got half an hour. So let's go on his let's be experimentalist a little bit. Let's experiment, come on. Let's increase the brush size and see if we can take advantage of that. Yeah? Let's see what happens. If we don't experiment, we don't know what's going to happen. So you see, notice I'm working now with such a larger brush that I'm going to doing this here. Such a, I took it to 19%. If we don't experiment, you're not going to learn, is it? Okay, let's see what happens. If you experiment, you're going to see that let's go outside of your comfort zone. You're going to see how things work. Really get a good handle on the brush. Yeah. Look how quickly we did that. We could have done that earlier, but that's not the point. The point is you're not going to get here if you don't practice. Right, we're taking out these smaller blemishes. That's all we're doing. And smoothing it out more. So you see, you didn't probably think about that while I discovered this larger brush approach. See how we smoothed it out. Yeah, it may be a bit bigger than you think, but it's the great beauty of drawing. Let's see. That's looking really not bad at all. And now, see these marks that we've done while we were doing? So I'm going to take that down. I need just a 13%. Let's see, so I can straighten these out. Just select the colors. If you want to, you can pick the colors you have and just take out these brush strokes that you're, right, and then get the brush to about 50% so we have more control over it. Right there. I just want to see if that works, you know? That seems to work, yes. I can see. Probably take it down 36%, right? Let's do that. I just want to take out these using my own. I pick the color that I want to drag and then just, it's a form of blending of something I learned while I've been practicing. You see, you're not going to learn these techniques if I don't go out of my comfort zone. You know, there. Just blend it out. Make it look like really shiny. Still keep that. And then we can go here and then right there. See, make that like blend out. Look how we're doing that. It's lovely, isn't it? It's working really nicely. That's looking so better, isn't it? And then take that feed into the rest of the hair. Pick these colors, the skin tone here. Right there. Now what kind of color has he got here? Let's pick that color and then just push that here. Beautiful, isn't it? So much better. Now, what can you see? These 9 black colors. You want to get rid of that? Okay, let's just smooth it out. I probably need 30% or more. Actually, I need a 40%, not need to go above, and then let me take it down to 12%. So please, by all means, experiment. Do not be afraid. Get the colors. You have so much control over your colors. Look at these black patches. We can blend it out. So I'm basically on my canvas. Let me just lighten this area. Just to give the illusion. Get that brown stretched here. There. Okay. Giving depth. This dark region can go a bit here. And then we have this color. Just make it smooth. Right there. That's all we're doing, just smoothing it. I'm not sure what I'm doing. If it doesn't work, and normally when you develop these skills, you find that the direction you take actually works nicely because you're bringing all your experience to bear, right? So this is why I'm able to do things and pull it off. Right, see how that's happening there. Look at this red here. I can probably take that red and just make this area darker, giving it the illusion of volume, and even darken it up like this. I've got so much under my control. Right, and then here. Just a light couple of tones, brush strokes, and then bring this brush stroke here. It's got darker here, right? And add a bit of darkness. Gives it shape. It's dark on this side, so I might as well add a bit more darkness to it. Then there may be a little dark, not too much. Just make sure you add the other colors. Right there. Then here. So I'm talking when I'm doing, but remember, it's not a typical door drawing that I've done before. So I'm a bit like you, a newbie to this. And pick this dark color. Do you see how I keep switching? I don't stick to one thing, because this is what happens when most people who draw We got that's that marble here. I don't think we have. Sorry about that, but I don't think we have time to do that. So I'm gonna. Because I'm sure you got more things to do. So just gonna cover it up with like a buckle or something like a buckle. Sometimes I wonder if they really need all that glamorous outfit just to make it look pretty, you know. Because in real battle, it's not like that, is it? Just touching it up to make it look authentic, right there, right there. Okay, where else can we go? Look at that green, right? That green should be, that definitely should be darker because he's obviously, that part we know is always dark, so. That should be remnants of dark, give it solid. Yeah. Right. Give it solid, isn't it? What about this part that I haven't touched? Oh, this is a bit like his, this color, right? So it's just gonna carry on. And then maybe add just to add a little dimension, pick a darker color for this banding here. You know, who knows? Who knows what lies beyond there? Right, so then we have this maybe, a little right there shines a bit of a look, right? And then I can see that we need to take out these smaller brushes. So I think I'll increase the brush size, take it down a tad, right? And then I'm gonna just sort of unify this area, right? Really take it down actually, because I'm working with take it down even. You have to experiment, believe me. Don't experiment, you will know what works or what doesn't work. I'm gonna take it up, see what happens. You don't know, right? No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. I'm not sure what to do, but this is all about practice. Yeah, I got a really high density. Let's go here and then just, right, look at that, just shaping his head. This is really dark density color, but look how it's giving more life. Because adding another, look how it's, be careful where you use it. That's a dark color, but right there. Maybe it was another. Right there. Maybe you need another lighter color like this to show some features. You know, you don't know, right? Just to give it illusion of depth and volume. Remember, this is all techniques. See, when you sort of get to a particular level in the drawing process, a particular step, I would say, in the drawing process, everything becomes a bit more apparent what you need to do. Right, maybe add a bit of the black here. Who knows? Right, it's sort of metallic, isn't it? Who knows, right? And then a little bit of the brown here. You're not going to know if you don't do it. To experiment. Every little thing makes a difference. But don't be afraid. If you're afraid, the beauty of digital is that you don't have to be afraid. Why? Because you can rub it out, do it, start again. So we probably captured a lot of this. Let's try and create a sort of a light effect on that. Maybe we could create a metallic. That is very harsh. So be careful how you use that. And then maybe you want to take it down a bit more. We don't know what it is there. Okay. The whole idea is that it comes it's looking like better than what we did before, how we started it. Pick that red. Really. Okay. Then what we could do, there's quite a few things I would like to do, but let's see. But since we've got a limited time, we're gonna I think that's looking all right. And then let's see if we can go. Let me save this because we're almost out of time. We've got 5 minutes left. So let me open it up again, and then I'm going to just finish off by doing the face. Let's see if we can smoothen this face. So we got 4%. To do that, we need to really take it down. And let's see if we can just blend these beautiful tones. Instead of this, let's blend it. Let's pick the tone. Let's see if we could then blend it. If not, just increase it a bit. Yeah, you can see how it's blending. Just play with it. This is not a training on portraits, but you can see where I'm going with this. Just blending it. Okay. Usually more darker on this side. See if we've managed to somehow captured that's not quite this color bright, so we'll add a little bit of tinge of orange. And then if you want to get rid of that mark here, we could increase the density a little bit and take it down and see if we can see that, how it's managed to do that. And then go here and then go either light, go either dark. There, see how it's blended? Nice, isn't it? And go a bit light. See how the flesh color, do you see how we blended that? You can do all kinds of trickery. I can see if we've got the face right. Yes, it's almost like it's looking, but then we need a little bit of darker here. It's not quite there. So that was too plain. And now we've done this. So I think we'll call it a day. I hope I've shown you how you can make quite good drawings, and it really helps you boost your skills using the trace method to do the line drawing initially, and then we picked the chalk brush and then we went along trying to put down all the colors down, and then refined it with a bigger brush, as you can see, and then managed to produce something which is, not too bad. So I'm going to sign this here, the small, although I don't claim complete copyright to this character, We all know it's the Marvel hero, isn't it? Paintology. So there it is. So I hope you enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed drawing it. So please subscribe and join me for another session tomorrow. So make sure you have the app installed and then the reference image downloaded, and then keep updated with the page where Paintology.com, the Udemy live streams page that I have, that I keep updated on a daily basis to show you the upcoming live streams. And also you can go through your leisure at the previous live streams. There are probably like over 70 of those in the course of over 2 months. So please do have a look at that if you're serious about learning art techniques, interested in learning about art techniques. So this is what a little bit of art techniques can do. It goes way beyond two-dimensional digital tool drawing. It gives you the power to manipulate or adjust the tones of the drawing, and also get close to the details on a normal phone. So I hope to see you soon tomorrow. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye bye.